Come visit on Tuesdays.
You can only come out the palace.
Only on Tuesdays though.
Be a watchdog.
That's it. Make sure nobody eats us. What's up, y'all? This is
I'm gonna curse. Don't do that, kids. Don't do that.
Don't do drugs.
Yes, but drink a lot of caffeine, cause
it's a drug, but it's a good one. Did you know that the max amount of caffeine a day is 400 milligrams?
Max?
Like max, like before it starts giving you adverse effects.
Well, they need to run a
I don't
study.
believe that.
That's
because
wrong.
I had an entire French press yesterday, plus a bang. I fell asleep.
I have way more than 400 a day.
So I don't believe that.
Me neither.
I think
it's wrong. You can come for me in my opinion, but it's mine.
I think maybe stop running studies on a bunch of.
Run it on some tanks and see what.
Running on some titans like us.
Warriors.
FDA.
I don't have my
CIA. FBI.
I don't have my
WTC.
But the best, we got you here for one spectacular reason. I don't know why I'm clapping so much, but
it's a happy day.
We got some questions that came in and we wanted to, go ahead and answer them for you. But yeah, so
question number one.
Juan, are we not Juan? Juan. Where did the name Pink Matter come from? Question mark. So yeah.
In quick summary, prior to the actual name, we wanted to start a brand. It took a bunch of evolutions, and then we were like, well, what's gonna be the name of the brand? Let's just say the names were absolutely horrendous, especially my renditions. We don't have to talk about them though.
Mine's either. I really don't want to like.
Yeah, we don't have to talk about them. Maybe in another video we talk about the names. Frustration had kind of set in that moment, and I was just kind of like, man, like, I can't think of anything. Like, I hit the wall, and I was super frustrated one night. I remember going to sleep. We were talking about names, and it was just like, we were just not getting anywhere. So I go to sleep, and I have this dream. And the dream was, I have to close my eyes because I can still envision it. I'm on the left-hand side, obviously on my right. You my right hand, you my go-to. So, the dream was of us walking into what appeared to be our storefront. It was actually in New York City. And it was a big like flagship store. And I remember walking in, I'm talking to Javi, and then I look up and I see it in like a pink, what's it, neon lights? And it said Pink Matter. And we walk into the store, I see it all perfectly still. And then it was just that. It was like, I woke up and I was like, I had one of those like, I got it!
Give me some water.
So I remember like texting Javi furiously and being like, yo, what do you think about this? Whatever. Obviously it was like 3 a.m., no response. But the next day we get together and we start kind of like just dissecting it. And we're like, I remember Javi was like, whoa, no, this is good. So we started.
It came off like, woo! And like to make it even better, like the energy and like where we were at, the atmosphere was already like booming. Yeah. Because we were at one of our favorite coffee shops where usually we get a lot of our work done. So like when you brought that to the table, I was just like, obviously like looking at the names I had, I was like, hell no. Looking at everything like we both brought to the table. Yeah. Previously was just like, yo, somebody throw a window out the chair.
Throw a window out the chair. That's how bad it was.
Yes, literally. When I really meant to say was a chair out the window back. You know,
throw us into traffic. That's how bad it was.
But yeah, like that came to the table and it was just like it made sense. Like you ever had something just like make sense? Like there's no explanation needed. It just flowed perfectly with everything you had put together. It was just like that. Like came to the table and it was like boom.
It was cool because I was able to like draft up the like font type and everything. And we like sat there and at first like the font type was like, no, that's not it. And like we're going through it and we both hit the font type and we're like, we look at each other, we're like, that's it.
Yeah, that and the way.
And then the color, the same thing. Like we were like, yeah, it can't be like hot pink, but not also like not that pink. So like we're literally sitting there, we both hit the pink and we're like, that's the one. But yeah, so we like broke down what it meant. We'll probably go over what it means in another video if you guys are interested. But yeah, that's how we came up with Pink Matter.
What's the piece you're most excited about? So that's a really good one. So I guess I'll just run it off. So for me, my favorite piece right now, standing. I mean, I love them. It's so hard. It's like you have kids, and it's like, which one do you love more?
But there's always a favorite.
I'm gonna go with the Theory of Revolution.
Okay.
Yeah,
why?
I'm gonna and the reason why I like that shirt so much is because it just resonates so well with me. Like I always thought growing up, like as a kid, I was like, oh, I always wanted to be a freaking adult, right? And then you become an adult, and it's like, this is it.
Yeah.
And it's like, and then you look at the kids, and it's like, yo, little do you know, I want
so much fun.
Yeah, I want to be running around with you, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be paying no bills. Like, I don't want to be doing none of this grown up stuff. Like, it's so quiet, so boring, and it's just like, the reason why I love it so much is because like, it resonates with like just being reborn.
Yeah.
You know, taking one day to the next, and it's like, yo, I'm gonna live these days like a kid.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna pay mind to nothing. The world is mine. Let it be my playground.
I love that.
Day by day. So that I'm gonna definitely go ahead and say the Theory of Revolution shirt is my favorite because of the transition of, hey, somebody's gotta say it, not being a lame ass adult and living like a kid.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I love that. So
yeah.
I guess my favorite shirt is probably gonna be the Welcome to Pink Matter concept. I really like that shirt that concept because you can see the little people, like there's a bunch of just bystanders, and you have the pink guy in the middle, or gal, the pink person in the middle. And it's cool because it's like everybody's kind of going through life doing the stuff that they're supposed to be doing like whatever fits the mold and all that stuff. So that's why like all the little people kind of look the same, you know what I mean? Because everybody's just doing the same thing. But then you always you have that one like almost like, I wouldn't really say rebel, just a person that's choosing or opting to do the other things, the things that they love, the things that make them feel wholesome, the things that make them feel happy. So like that person's really big, so it's almost like a compilation of everybody in the community going towards the pink world, which is like the Pink Matter, universe.
Your world.
So in that world, it's like no matter what you choose to do, whatever your craft is, whatever your love is, it could be anything. It doesn't have to be something creative. It doesn't have to be something like super like, rebellious and against the norm. It could be, if you want to be a financial representative, an accountant, and that's your passion, fine. You also belong in there, but it's just doing the things that you love day in and day out and taking the risk to break that mold and not doing the things that you're like meant to do. So it like really resonates with like where I'm at right now and like just things, like the way I look at life. I just really identify with that shirt a lot right now.
But yo, next question, it was gonna be that combo. Both, we got merch! When can I have it? And also, I want to see more clothes. When will you sell?
So merch, when can I have it? Soon.
Soon, babes. Soon, babes.
Soon. We're working on a few kind of things, and the time that we have set out is summer.
Yeah, midsummer.
So midsummer-ish. Once we get those details squared away, we'll come with a more definite time. But we're working on getting a pre-order site together so that way we can at least have that out for you guys, so that way you guys can start putting your orders in. What will you sell? What will you sell?
Yeah, so I mean,
sure.
We got some of the goodies on right now. Rocking the OGT. I promise you. Oh, that first. Right. Boom. You see it? I promise I took a shower. I do wear this shirt a lot though. But like I said, I took a shower. I smell good.
And he washed the shirt, not just the shower.
Yeah.
He not only washes himself,
we
he
do.
also washes his shirts.
We do laundry.
In our first collection, there's gonna be a little mystery item. We'll give you a little hint. We'll give you a little hint.
Oh, that's right.
If you want to figure it out, we'll give you a little hint. The hint is outside.
Exclamation point.
Outside.
That's it.
That's it. The last question is, what was your biggest inspo, and what has been your greatest lesson thus far?
Wow, inspo. I mean, being from the concrete jungle, you know, New York City. One thing, you know, that was really big growing up was like, you know, like streetwear. It was always just like huge, you know. But one thing I liked about it a lot was like how people like took everything that was put out into the market and kind of spiced it up in their own way. You know, they put their character behind it, and that's something that I really liked. And now I'm kind of like at a place where like, you know, it's like you always had your favorite pair of sneakers. You know, you felt like Mike when you put them on. You wasn't missing a 3. You know, so it's almost like now you step out all the time, and it's like, damn, I want to wear something that resembles with me all the time. But not only that, it's also comfortable. You know,
I would say my biggest inspo is my biggest inspo is just the history and the early beginnings of streetwear, and just like the origins and like the evolution of it. Just because like when you look at like streetwear, you know, back 10, 15, 20 years ago, it was very like, ooh, like how can we like really just push the rails, push what we want to wear, you know what I mean? Like, and so the companies that were big at the time were very like different. Like they were all very different, which is why they were all so cool. And you know, they were all creating things. Like the creators of those companies were making things that they wanted to make. So there wasn't an agenda, there wasn't like trends, they were just creating the things that they wanted to create, and their followers just wore it because they rocked with their stuff. So it was like, man, like that kind of element of streetwear and just fashion in general was lost somewhere. Where like now you walk into stores and it's the same thing, every brand's dropping the same thing, you know what I mean? And I don't have a favorite shirt anymore because everything's the same. Like no matter where you look, where you go, it's like there's no different thing. So it's like a trend hits, everybody follows the trend. And I'm not knocking trends at all. Trends are dope, but it's like how can you, like, trends are necessary because that's how evolution continues to happen within fashion. But it's like how can you take that trend and make it your own? And that was really cool. So that was like a big inspiration. What has been your greatest lesson thus far?
For me, the biggest lesson overall has definitely been being able to look at things from different perspectives, you know, because like it's very easy to, you know, see something and just see it in your way, but like we all share this beautiful world, right? It's so many of us who live in one place and it's all of ours. It's like we literally share it. So I just think it would be like, and I'm learning this now too, it's like it would be so wrong of me to just look at it one way when there's like so many other ways to look at it, you know? And because of that, I've been able to put myself in different positions, not walk anybody's shoes at all, but more or less like, yo, let me look at it from where they're coming from. Let me look at it from where she may be coming from, or he, you know, whoever it may be. Because that way I can be more open to it and now come to the table with a better understanding and be open to just anything else that's to come as well. So I would definitely just say like perspective. Perspective has been like the biggest lesson. And I think it's gonna be a never-ending lesson.
Yeah.
I think it's
I
think it's a never-ending one. I think it's like I'm in, that's it. I'm in the game, I can't get out. It's like Jumanji, but I'm stuck. I'm stuck.
But it's a good game.
I'm stuck in Jumanji. Yeah, I'm stuck in a real one. But that's beautiful. That's for me, yeah. For
me, it's been just the have belief in your abilities despite of what anybody has to say. And by abilities, like your passions, your love, like the things that you believe in. Because we like grow up in a world where like we're constantly being graded, we're constantly being reviewed, observed, and we're getting like, you know, how do I put it, like broken down from other people's perspectives from the time we go into school, you know, from our families or friends, all that stuff. So it's like, you know, but at some point you have to understand that like your beliefs, your abilities, your talents, your passions, the things that you love to do, all that stuff is like has to take the front seat, you know what I mean, and the things that you do in life. That's how life is meant to be operated. Like we're not here for a long time, right? Like we're here for a very short time in the grand scheme of things. So it's like, how are you gonna make the most out of that life that you have? The truth of the matter is that like everybody's gonna have an opinion. Everybody's always gonna have something to say, but their opinion, it's not how you're meant to live your life. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. I respect everybody's opinion, but at the same time, you gotta understand that like what other people say about you, other people's thoughts about you, other people's comments about you, have nothing to do with you. That's theirs. Like, it doesn't have to affect you. So that's been a big lesson. It's just understanding and believing, having the utmost belief in my abilities and what I'm capable of, and what I love. Because I am able. I am able. I have abilities.
Ability.
Ability.
E-T. E-T. Oh, it says T. I know it says E-T. Guys, thank you so much for the questions. First things first, we actually love this setting, so we're definitely going to be doing this again. It was
more couch talk.
Great time. Yeah, it was couch talk. Boom. But we'll definitely be back. But in the meantime, class is officially out of session.